Good day, everyone. Today we will conduct our first lesson in Python. So these are some of the topics that we're going to go through, which will be strings, integers, floats, exponentiation, and random numbers. Right. So strings are basically normal words within the quotation marks. It could either be the single quotation or the double quotation. We usually print it by just typing the word print and putting it inside the brackets with the quotation marks. Integers are also numbers that can be whole. Well, they are whole numbers that have to be either positive or negative. Floats, which are also similar to the integers, but they have decimal places at the end. So, for example, 0.5 and stuff like that. Those are numbers that will be considered floats. Exponentiation now is to the power of. So, like, let's say we have 2 to the power of 3. 2 to the power of 3 should be 8, so that is an example of exponentiation. We'll talk about random numbers briefly, which is numbers within a range and they're basically chosen at random. So let's say numbers between 1 to 20 and a random number every time the program runs will be like 17, 15, once it's between the 1 to the 20 range. Right, so I'm going to open up PyCharm, create a new project, just put a project name. Alright, click create. Alright, so I'm going to use the main.py just for this purpose. Click around to make sure it's working. Okay, it works. And now we're going to start off with string. So this is how you insert a comment. So I'd advise putting in comments while you code, so you'll understand later on what it is you're really doing. So now we type print, and inside the brackets you can either put the single quotes or the double quotes. We're going to type hello world. Right click, run. Right, hello world prints. Next we're going to go on to integers. So remember I said integers are whole numbers, so we can also assign the values. So let's choose a variable called x, and we want to assign a number 23. In Python you don't need to end it with a colon or a semicolon. Sorry. You can just leave it as is. Let's put another variable, y is equal to 40. Right, now let's try to print the variables. So I'm going to print x for now. Right click, run. Notice the 23 is printed. So if I type x plus y and I run this, it should print the total of 23 plus 40, which is 63. Let's just add some comments. One more thing I want to show you all is how to merge the string and the integer. So I just type out something, print total equals. Now we're gonna put comma, put it in brackets, x plus y. Right click, run. Right, notice that the total is 63. We'll merge the string and the integer. So next we're going to move on to floats. So as I was saying, a float is similar to the integer, however with decimal points. So 2.3 is a float, and also 3.0 is another float. So if I print a plus b and I run it, notice the 3.0 plus the 2.3 gives us the 5.3. So that is floats. Then move on into the exponentiation. Right, so an example of this would be print 2, use 2 asterisks to represent to the power of. We say 2 to the power of 3 is 8. So if I run this, notice the 8 is displayed. So let's try something else again. Put it in brackets, 2 to the power of 3 again. And now if we just type the slash, divide by 8, this should result in 1. So if I run it, notice it gave me the value of 1. So now let's talk about random numbers. So we're going to try to get some random numbers to print. So we're going to type print brackets random dot rand range, and then we open some brackets and we put a range of numbers. So I'll say 1 to 10. Right, then right click, run. Notice there's an error here. They actually tell you where the error is, and it says it's on line 36. So the reason why we got this error here is we didn't import random from the library. So we could probably put it up to the top, import random. So now if I scroll back down, the error is gone. I run it again. Right, so a random number of 7 was generated. If I run it again, notice that 7 will not be there. So right, so it works. So a random number of 3 is generated. So I'd like to thank you all for viewing this first session of how to program in Python. I will try to upload more videos frequently so we can move along and do some more interesting stuff in Python. So thank you all for viewing. Please like and subscribe.